Have you ever wondered why some people with great talent stay stuck while others with almost nothing rise higher than expected? Daniel was 32 years old and lived in Denver, Colorado, where the mountains watched every decision he made. He worked a normal warehouse job, driving the same road every morning, feeling the same heavy thought that his life was on repeat. He was talented at fixing things and learning fast, but fear kept him comfortable, and comfort kept him quiet. Every day after work, he sat in his small apartment scrolling on his phone, telling himself tomorrow would be different. One cold Saturday, he drove into the Rocky Mountains just to clear his head and sat near a cliff, watching the sky. That was when he noticed an eagle standing on a rock, not flying, just waiting. Minutes passed, and the eagle stayed still, even though it could fly anywhere. Then a strong wind pushed against it, and instead of hiding, the eagle opened its wings and stepped into the air. Daniel watched as the bird struggled. At first, then used the wind to rise higher. Then the cliff itself. Something hit him hard in that moment. The eagle did not wait for perfect conditions. It used the uncomfortable wind to grow stronger. Daniel realized he had been waiting for comfort instead of strength. He drove home that night feeling restless, because for the first time he saw his life clearly. Talent had never been his problem. Fear of discomfort was. That night he could not sleep and kept thinking about that eagle and the way it chose challenge over safety. A question stayed in his mind louder than anything else. What if staying comfortable was the real risk all along? What happens when you finally admit that comfort is holding you back more than failure ever could? The next Monday, Daniel woke up early and felt nervous for no clear reason. At work, he noticed how everyone complained but never changed, and he saw himself in them. During lunch, he opened his notebook and wrote one line, "I will choose hard over easy." That evening, he signed up for a night certification class, even though he was scared he might fail. The first class was rough, and he felt older, slower, and unsure, but he kept showing up. Weeks later, he returned to the mountains and again saw an eagle fighting strong winds. This time he noticed something new. The eagle leaned into the storm instead of avoiding it. Daniel understood that mental strength is built by facing what scares you, not by running from it. Life started pushing back when he changed. He was tired more often and had less free time, but he felt alive. Friends told him he was doing too much and should relax, but he remembered the eagle and kept going. One night after class, he failed an important test and sat in his car feeling broken. Then he smiled because for once failure did not stop him. It reminded him he was trying. He realized talent gives you a starting point, but mental strength decides how far you go. Slowly, confidence replaced fear and action replaced excuses. The comfort zone he once protected now felt too small for who he was becoming. He understood that growth always feels uncomfortable before it feels rewarding. The same wind that scares you can lift you if you let it. Why do some people rise when pressure comes while others quit the moment it gets hard? 6 months later, Daniel was offered a better position at work, but it required leadership and public speaking, which scared him more than anything. Daniel would have said no, but this time he remembered the eagle stepping into the wind. He accepted the role and struggled badly at first. His voice shook, his hands trembled, and mistakes were made. Yet each challenge built his mental strength brick by brick. One morning, during another mountain trip, he saw a young eagle pushed out of its nest by its parent. It fell fast and awkward, then opened its wings and caught the air. Daniel finally understood the full lesson. Comfort delays growth, but pressure creates it. No one becomes strong without being tested. He thought about how many chances he almost missed by staying safe. Mental strength had now changed how he spoke, how he worked, and how he saw himself. Talent had stayed the same, but his belief had grown stronger than fear. He was no longer waiting for motivation. He was creating it through action. Every difficult moment became training. Every fear became a signal to move forward. He felt proud not because life was easy, but because he could handle hard things now. That confidence changed everything. What if the life you want is waiting on the other side of discomfort? Daniel stood on the same cliff 1 year later, watching eagles rise high above him. His life was not perfect, but it was real and moving forward. He had learned that talent can open a door, but mental strength keeps it open. Comfort feels safe, but it slowly limits your potential. The eagle never asks if the wind will be easy, it trusts its strength and steps forward. The lesson is clear. Growth demands courage before it gives rewards. If you are waiting to feel ready, you may wait forever. Choose challenge, choose effort, choose growth. Listen to your fears, learn from discomfort, and grow beyond what you think is possible. If this story helped you see your own comfort zone clearly, then stay with us. Subscribe to Motivational Tales by Ethan and keep walking the path of strength one story at a time.